This is Pav Bamber here for PSB Sports. I'm at Anthony Joshua vs Eric Molina press conference here at the Dorchester in London. As you can see with me from Sky Sports, Mr. Johnny Nelson. Johnny, how are you, my friend?
I'm good, thank you. I'm good. It's nice to be in London again.
It is good. Johnny, I know we're at the Joshua Molina press conference here, but there's only one place to start. I know you were obviously there yesterday in the gloves are off. You know, it was a press release and everything that, you know, Chisora-Whyte, obviously something kind of happened in the gloves off. Can you enlighten the fans as such as to what happened?
Not really, no. Look, you've got two alpha males that just didn't like each other. Obviously, it's going to get a little verbal. That's what happened. And it's just, listen, it was contained. It was contained. Handbags at door and all that sort of stuff. And so it's just the end of the story. Let's just hope the fight gets made. You've just got to keep the two apart because they are both very familiar individuals, and that's the issue. That's the problem. It's always going to be the problem.
Do you feel like tempers could flare again?
Coming close to the fight week. It's that simple. And I suppose it's like Lewis Tyson. You've got to keep them apart until the fight actually happens, because common sense flies out the window. That's when it's pure emotion, and that's what happens with these two, because they just get in the reach of the skin.
Also, Johnny, you know, in terms of the Whyte Chisora press conference itself, it wasn't as lively as people expected.
No, it wasn't, because you have two guys that, it wasn't pretend, it wasn't fake. You had two guys that detested each other. So if you're going to do something, you don't say what you're going to do. If you feel a certain way, you don't say it if you really feel that way. If you're aggravated or coaxed into showing your emotions, that's what happens. And when they're sat face to face and having to address each other, and in an environment where it's easier to express your emotions, they're going to do that. That's all they do.
How do you see the fight going though with Derek and Dillian?
I think you've got, again, two characters that are very much the same. We've got one. Dylan reminds me of a younger version in regards to character as Derek. Derek has the experience, he's been there, he's done it, he's worn a t-shirt. So will his experience and desire be enough? Because he has to get in the ring with that same desire. He's got to go in that ring with that same one. And a fit Derek Chisora against a fit Dylan Whyte will be an amazing fight.
Moving on now to today, Johnny. Obviously, Anthony Joshua, Eric Molina just in the press conference, he had quite a lot to say. He was quite verbal in the sense that he was saying how motivated he was, some of the struggles he's been through. How do you see this opponent as Joshua, especially when they had Klitschko in mind?
I think this is the perfect yardstick for Anthony Joshua, for us to assess, for the boxing world to assess where he stands amongst the elite, how he deals with Molina, and that's what it's going to be. It's a yardstick. Deontay Wilder stopped Molina. Chris Arreola stopped Molina. Correct. Chris Arreola did, yeah. Yeah, and so he got stopped in his first fight. Molina is a blue collar fighter. He'll fight, and he's got an excuse for every loss he's had. Obviously, the last one against Wilder, he only had 35 days' notice. This one, he's had notice for it. He's very tall, he's very hungry. I think it's a good experienced fighter, regardless of the level, for us to assess Anthony Joshua where he stands amongst the elite.
How do you see the fight going as well, in the sense that, you know, similar height, similar reach, I'd say?
This is where accidents happen. We saw it with Asim Rahman and Lennox Lewis. Yep. I'm sure there are other fights out there where fighters have taken a fight and people have taken it as a given, it's a done deal, with a big prize at the end. So it's heavyweights. So for anybody to say, nah, this isn't a done fight, you name who else should he box? Who else can Anthony Joshua box in preparation to fight Vladimir Klitschko? Molina's tall. Hopefully he'll make sure he works hard for 12 rounds, and hopefully he'll give him some drama, because matchmaking is just important as a winner or loss, because it develops a fight, and I think it's a good yardstick for Anthony Joshua.
Is Klitschko a realistic target, would you say, after this fight?
It's a done deal as far as I know. You know, talking early spring. So yeah, of course. You know,
huge fight.
I don't know if Klitschko's going to have a fight before that, because he'll be 41 by the time it comes around. He's not boxed for over a year now. This time last year he lost to Tyson Fury. So by the time this fight comes about, at 41 years old, to not box for like 18 months, it takes a lot out of you. Yes, there's a lot of time to give your body a rest, but you've got to be ticking over in the gym to do that. I think Klitschko he keeps himself fit, he keeps himself gym fit. I don't know how much of a difference it will make, but I think the longer he's out of the ring, it benefits Anthony Joshua more for when they do fight.
Jordan Nelson, I want to say thank you so much for your time today once again. I wish you all the best, and hopefully we can see you very soon.
Yeah, sweet.